two people with doctorate degrees went around. And
okay.
If you can show it.
Okay, so we'd like to prepare that. Can you show it? So what happens in Semirara, can you discuss it?
Well,
is coal mining.
You have because this is done, the Semirara is this really beautiful place where there are thousands of seaweed farmers. And I don't know what more than 80 hectares of mangroves have been destroyed. That's affecting the farms. That's definitely not for the common good. And then next slide.
Yeah.
You have the next, Ethel.
Yeah, okay, can we move? Right,
move
they
to the
are.
next?
Okay, and then go on.
Okay, go to the next, Vita.
Okay. All right, there.
Okay, so if you look there, in 1987, that was the start of operations. And then if you look at the next year, they're dumping their waste on the mangroves, the yellow part there. Then by the time 2012, oh my God, they've taken off over 400 hectares of mangroves. Hello? I mean, that's where the fishermen, that's fish that protects the island.
Actually,
what's that all
prevents
about,
the flooding.
No? Yeah, if you're going to do it well. But you're going to dump the waste on the mangroves. So, that's totally, and then now I was told that they're extending Semirara. I don't agree at all. You fix this, You can't damage the lives of the fishermen and affect the future of our seaweed farmers. That's what that does. And then around there are, there's a lot of tourism potential. But if you continue doing operations like this, you're killing any kind of tourism potential.
Okay, so we're done with the graphics. I was hoping that the viewers could have seen your face when you were passionately talking about that. Does this mean that you will be visiting Semirara soon?
Yes, I will visit sites. We'll have a schedule.
So my question is, Semirara is, if I'm correct, this is DMCI.
Yes.
Have they spoken to you already or set a meeting?
We're actually friends now.
Okay, so this is difficult. I mean, that's also difficult.
I'm very much like Duterte in that way, Like he has friends and whatever. But at the end of the day, the common good and duty above all else should be paramount. I mean, they've built. I mean, we're family friends, no?
So that won't matter.
No, you can't. No, I mean,
Yeah. Okay. My next question would be: Roberto Tiglao wrote a column. I mean, it's a column on mining, actually. That was on your appointment. And I'll ask you about this. Philex Mining, the spill in Benguet in 2012, that was 20 million metric tons of sediment that flowed into the water channels. Okay, and it affected the Itogon rivers.
Yes, and then the power supply, because it dumped into the San Roque Dam, which is generating the, because the dam was silted. Yeah. It affected the ecology big time. It's the worst mining spill we've ever had.
So what will you do with Philex Mining? I mean, it's it's a listed company, of course, and performing quite well.
Well, I will...
In the market, in the market. But go ahead.
We will treat everyone equally, and fairly and justly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you will visit Philex Mining?
Yes, we will. If they've done their job well, I mean, we will audit all the firms.
Is Philex ISO certified?
I'm not sure which ones are what, but what I will say, is when we do the audit, I'm expanding the audit into just, the audit must necessarily include agriculturists, fishery resource people, community development. You can't just audit only the operations. You have to audit, just to show that you have not sacrificed. I mean, that's the law says, future generations and well-being of our people. We must necessarily do an audit also of the community around. If they have suffered, that means the mining company is not doing their job well.
Okay. Now, have you met with Manny Pangilinan?
No, not yet. Yeah, I'm cordial.
Yeah,
I have nothing against it.
Not person, because I think I'd have to say, I mean, now that you're Environment Secretary, I mean, it's written about that you did have a bit of a debate, in one of the forums a few years ago. So and he has expressed his sentiment, in other words, his apprehension on you being Environment Secretary. So what can a Manny Pangilinan expect from a Secretary, Gina Lopez?
Oh, I'll be very cordial. I mean, we have had discussions before which are friendly. But I am committed to the common good.
Yeah.
And if the mining operation must not affect the lives of our farmers and fishermen, and that is my commitment to the Filipino people and to the current president.
All right. The Marcopper mining disaster in 1996.
That was horrible.
Yeah, some
like
of our
horrible.
viewers weren't even born then.
Yeah.
I covered that. And actually, that has never recovered. I mean, the river system,
So
BOAC,
sad. Bad.
has never recovered.
Yeah, now tell I mean, how can, and then the Canadian companies come and want to open more mines? Get this first in order. My God, you know, the kids are suffering from brain disease. The two rivers are dead. It's killed biodiversity. It's 17 years later, and it's still bad. Now, how fair is that? So these Canadian companies make money, and then we suffer, and then they go away, and then they leave us like this. I mean, just crazy, no?
So is this fair to say, is this going to be a policy decision from Secretary Gina Lopez that if any Canadian firm wants to come over, fix Marinduque first? Is that a requirement?
I don't know if that, I don't know if that would be fair to say that, but I am going to make a definite stand. Whoever comes here and gets our resources must make a commitment to the common good. We will not allow them to do what they do in this country
or take advantage
and have their business interests more important than our people. I mean, the studies I've done is the health of our people suffer. Like for example, I'll just mention names because we've done a study, like City Nickel in Palawan. The loss of the fishery source is 13 million 1 year. That's how much our fishermen have suffered. Is that fair? The health costs go up to 15 million. It's not good at all.
What are your plans for Palawan? I mean, Palawan is called the last frontier.
Yeah, my
so
God.
what do you do with that? I mean, what's in Palawan? Is it Rio Tuba right now?
Oh, there are 5 mines there.
Okay,
It's like really bad. And I mean, Karen, look at this. Like I think it was about a month ago. It was Berong.
Yeah.
And that's a fact, no? I mean, their barge subsided and they spilled 1,225 metric tons of nickel into our corals of Palawan. Hello, that's a #1 island destination in the planet, and you're spilling nickel into the corals. That's crazy, right? How can you even allow that to happen?
So what do you do with them?
Do you really want to ask me?
I do. So what will you do with them? I mean, right
they
now,
have to follow the law.
So,
and clearly,
yeah.
if they've been operating, I mean, it's just... Why is that? Palawan is the #1 island destination of the planet, and many people come to the Philippines
And
just to go to
Condé
Palawan.
Nast saying it's the best travel destination.
Exactly.
Yeah, Condé Nast.
And then we allow for mining to spill nickel into coral, like 1,000 tons. Hello, I mean, just really crazy.
That's very interesting. I mean, on a global scale, people remember something like Exxon. You know what I mean? I mean, in the 90s. But what do you do? Like, for example, that was never front page.
Exactly.
So what do you do?
Exactly. So how come nobody knows about it? It's really not good at all.
Yeah.
And then also Palawan, like they have all these, like when Yolanda happened, 80% of the islands that had mangroves, the islands that had mangroves suffered 80% less damage. Mangroves are critical to the ecosystem, Mangroves will protect our islands. And then in Palawan, they're killing mangroves for fish farms. Hello? I mean, since when are business interests more important than the protection of the entire island? And they've gone heavy into palm oil. I mean, I want to be chairman of PCSD. Because PCSD was instituted to protect the resources which are magnificent in Palawan, and they have not done a good job. If you monitor the expansion of the mines, the mangroves, the palm oil everywhere there, what are they doing?
So will you ask President Duterte to make you chairman of PCSD?
No, I think
that's the
it's
Palawan Council
for Sustainable. No, I think with DNR has.
It's already under DENR.
Yeah, it says we have.
I
can assume chairmanship there.
So. Clearly, I mean, is it fair to say that the new DENR secretary is a pure environmentalist?
I'm very committed to the welfare of the Filipino people, and non-negotiably so.
Okay.
But I will follow the rule of law.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what about illegal logging?
That has to stop.
I mean, clearly, there's a log ban as we speak, but
that has to stop.
Yeah, you're talking about furniture that's still made of Nara, being shipped in places where. What do you do with? What do we do?
Well, we will follow the rule of law. And thank God Duterte has appointed...
But are you as passionate about illegal logging as you are with mining?
Anything, no. I mean, look,
Okay.
it's not only mining, it's also logging, it's also marine sanctuary.
Okay.
Karen, you know, like in areas where they have marine sanctuary, the economy jacks up. And then like in Masbate, when I went there and I talked to the fishermen, they said they used to earn 1,000 pesos a day. That's how much fish there is there. And then what happened, these big fishing vessels come here, pay the bribe to the mayor and the governor, whoever it was at that time. And then they come here and they go there, get all the fish. There's nothing left for the poor. There's nothing left for the fishermen. It's corruption.
What do you do with a situation like that? I mean, clearly, you'd need, I don't know, would you need a Coast Guard with you? I mean, that's a whole other problem.
The good thing really about Duterte is he's strong, no? So when I told him this, we'll get the Coast Guard in. We will not allow the poor fishermen to suffer at the sacrifice of some big fishing companies or whatever. It's not correct.
Yeah.
And they're not supposed to be on municipal waters, and they pay the bribe, you know? And then he said, no corruption. Okay, so that's corruption if the mayor or the governor takes the bribe and they do it by the millions.
Yeah. Now, my question, what do you do? This is the very interesting part about your situation now is, in the beginning of the show, you said your family was into renewables.
Yeah.
And now you are environment secretary.
Thank God they're into renewables.
No, but what happens in the future, for example, when there are projects? I don't know if anybody's ever asked
with my
you this.
family.
Yes. So how do you do it?
I will treat the family the same as everybody else. And in fact, they have asked me to do that also. You know, I will, if there are violations, there are violations. If they have need permits, I will treat them like everybody else. And that's the right thing to do.
So business has nothing to fear. That in a way,
street will be fair, no? I mean, it's good if everybody comes up. Thank God they're into renewable. You might have a hard time if they were into mining and something I didn't agree with. Buta na lang, they're into renewable.
But clearly that's your management stand, is they go through the process.
And that's also what they want.
Yeah.
So it was just fair to everyone.
Yeah. Now, I'm curious, now we have 4 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Who did you talk to or consult to take the job? Because you were interviewed and you said, I will take it very, very seriously. And I think a day or two after, you took the job. What process did you go through?
I talked to my meditation teacher.
Okay.
And then, of course, I talked to my family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are the important things in my life. You know, because politics can be really murky, you know. And spirituality is very key to me. Yeah. So they offered it to me in the evening, and then the next day I meditated. I don't know, I was with someone and we were looking at the situation, and I felt a very strong presence of the divine. And then I felt the energetic heart of the country. You know, I feel energy. And that's why I said, okay, I'm in. Karen, we have only 4 minutes. Can I make an appeal?
Please go ahead.
Okay. So for everyone out there, I want to say that one of the key developments that I'm really quite excited about for DNR is I want to put up a strong civic sector arm.
Okay.
You know, which is the academe,
the youth,
the church, the youth. I love the youth. Hello, youth.
Yeah.
I mean, my God, you know that millions of signatures against mining, for clean air, for the La Mesa. I mean, 90% were the youth. I love the youth.
So what do you have them do?
So
that's all arm.
We're going to come up with programs. There's so many things they can do. And so the youth, the farmers, the fishermen, the academe. So DNR, before it used to be a contrarial relation, I mean, not even a relationship, a contrarial situation between DNR and the youth. No way now. We're going to work with civic society. We work with them. DNR is money, no?
Yeah.
So I don't have to spend the money myself. I can give it to the civic sector, the farmers, the fishermen. And it's my intention that I think for forestry, we have 9 billion.
Wow.
So much money, di ba?
Yeah.
And so if we can give it into like forestry and agroforestry and let the farmers do it and the fishery resource, that might go a long way to jacking up the economy. So I'm very much looking forward to working with the other members of the cabinet. But I feel like if we play this game well and we work with civil society, it's so exciting. And we're planning our first environmental summit in Davao.
Okay.
Because the president's from Davao.
Okay, I'm curious now, what kind of leader will you be? What can they expect?
I told the...
Are you going to be at work 8 in the morning? I mean, what's the style?
I meditate,
what are you like?
so I don't go to... I
so
use my morning for meditation.
What time will you be at work? I ask all the secretaries.
Don't worry. 9:30.
Okay, so you're there at 9.
But I told the regional directors, and I'm telling the the country out there, DNR, and I
Yeah.
am at your service.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
we
are
wanna
you
serve.
taking new people in from the private
Absolutely.
sector? Okay.
Yeah, I'm so
But are
excited.
you promoting people from within?
I haven't, because I don't know
Not
anyone
yet.
in DNR, but the president has sent me some people from Davao,
Okay.
and I really like them.
Okay.
They're like doers and honest, so I like the people he sent.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm curious, your first 100 days, other
know,
than the
it's so
auditing,
exciting.
auditing of the mining companies,
Yeah.
in the first 100 days,
Marine
you'd have,
sanctuary.
yeah, you'd have to send a report to the president on
Yeah.
what you've done. What would be your top priority? So you have the audit.
I think
The audit is
you have the
there.
audit, and then I think the setting up of a civic sector arm. That's
Okay.
very major. Working together with all these people, of which the majority have voted for him. I want to work with them for the environment in a way, like I told the people out there, my performance indicator,
Yeah.
as in my critical performance indicator, is the quality of life of our people. You know, if we save the environment and people don't feel anything, no? So what, you know, they have to experience it, what happens when you take care of the environment. That, and I'm very much into biodiversity.
Okay.
And I'm also very much into having marine sanctuary so the fishermen make more money. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So to the mining community, is there anything you want to say? Okay,
hello,
go.
I'm not fighting with you.
So,
But you can't operate and sacrifice the well-being of our farmers and fishermen. I will not let it happen, and that's the law. So I don't want to fight with you. Just do your job so people don't suffer.
on that note,
And then I can be your friend.
on that note,
Yes.
Environment Secretary Gina Lopez, congratulations to you,
Yeah.
and we hope you do a good job.
Thank you, Karen.
So, all right, our
Okay.
congratulations.
Bye-bye.
Replay of this interview is 3:30 p.m. this afternoon. It will also be posted on iWant TV. You can go to ABS Online, ANC Alerts, if you want to get this story. Up next, Market Edge with Kathy Yang. Stay with ANC.